Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold, her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. And nature have throughout the ages inspired humankind to seek answers to questions that remain timeless today. What frost especially evokes here is that splendor and beauty are but one side of our earthly existence. South Africa's rural landscapes are renowned for their fascinating, magnetic provision of quality education in rural South Africa. It is here that some 5.8 out of the rough total of South Africa's 12 million school children, just under 50%, receive their schooling. This prevailing state of affairs has led to widespread apathy amongst rural youth from urban centres and left with few viable prospects. Many of these youth become disheartened, eventually to turn to antisocial. Nelson Mandela said, "The most profound challenge to South Africa's development and democracy can be found in its rural hinterlands." Foremost among the challenges facing rural South Africa is the task of improving quality education. The multigrade or multi-level school is a common phenomenon in South Africa's rural areas. These schools are characterized by the fact that here, different grades are combined and taught in the same classroom by one teacher and at the same time. Though few multigrade schools are the same, the underlying or common trait amongst them is that there is typically one teacher to instruct more than one, sometimes 2, 3, or grades. In this instance, the higher grade learner is placed next to the lower grade learner. Depending on the actual lesson or subject area, grades are sometimes taught simultaneously. Pictures and teaching aids enhance the transfer of facts, knowledge, concepts, ideas, and skills, boosting students' awareness, understanding, recollection, and application thereof. Community offer their time to assist with school administrative work, enabling the teaching staff to devote more time to actual classroom instruction. Volunteers here assist the school in establishing and growing its own library. A police officer comes around periodically, not to do an investigation or to make an arrest, but simply to check up, to see that all's okay. Where children operate in an environment, workers collect the dirt, an important measure in keeping school grounds not merely clean, but also safe. The removal of dirt in this instance is key to keeping unwelcome guests, such as rodents and snakes, away from school premises in preparing toddlers for the demands of primary schooling. In the absence of a creche or preschool, ordinary members of the community offer their time to care for the young. This supportive community cultivate and maintain the school garden, which complements the food provided by the National Feeding Scheme. While some actively assist with the preparation and tilling of the soil, the farmer's wife here brings a homemade dish to deprived, often undernourished children. It is commonly said that a hungry child cannot learn. Olivia Engelbrecht writes that poor nutrition can cause deficits in attention span, sensory impairments, and in the end, poor school attendance.
En ek gaan kyk rondom die skool, toilette en die goedes. En as daar goed wat gebreek is, check ek dit op en ek skryf dit neer en ons praat daaroor wanneer ons beheer.
Research shows that where rural parents, often having little schooling themselves, are offered basic insight into what is expected of their children at school, many rural school children in South Africa and across the world making the availability of transport crucial to their schooling. There has been a notable decline in physical education instruction across South African public schools. Yet Philip Morgan and Sid Burke, two Australian specialists in the field, argue that primary school physical education can make a unique contribution. pacing, posture, and mood. Music making can lead to a sense of achievement, boost self-discipline, as well as self-esteem and confidence. The scholar emphasizes that participation in musical groups promotes friendships. This freestyle dance class, though not particularly complex or refined, offers vital prospects for developing learners' self-confidence through creative activity, which is crucial not only to the child's creative development, but also to his or her mental growth. Stimulation of the imagination leads to increased brain activity, augmenting the child's capacity to absorb new facts and knowledge. In other words, reading not only brings the child into contact with new experiences and information, it simultaneously boosts intellectual receptiveness, empowering the child to process and preserve, forms the foundation for his or her maturation into productive, rewarding, and meaningful adulthood.